And here we come again with another knife. Come on, Kevin. Keep on. Keep on keeping on. What is this? I don't know. But I got it at a yard sale. Again. Now, I mean, you can understand why I go to yard sales so much. I don't know if that's a split right down through there or if that's the seam of the handles, because this one is kind of over here. So it's kind of like, I don't know. It might be a split. I'm not sure. I can't say. But regardless, this right here is stainless Taiwan on this side. On this side, it is Bushmaster 602. So if you know anything about this, please share it with me. The hilt right here is kind of reminiscent to a Buck 119, but this is more rounded in here. It's not flattened on each side. Kind of give you an idea. It's kind of like a cobra head. The guard here is one-sided, business end where it would need to be. This knife, if this knife wasn't made for skinning, I don't know what it was made for, but I want to think it was made for skinning. The blade may be a little tweaked to the left. I'm not 100% sure. It may be a little tweaked. The top piece, the guard, is kind of canted like this, so it's not perfectly straight across. I see some layered either leather or wood pieces on top there and down on the bottom. These, I see a greenish tint of patina on that, so I'm going to say these are brass rivets. Of course, aluminum. And then this right here, I'm going to say that the guard is aluminum as well. You got a little bit of a sharpening choil. Back here, there's some scarring, so I don't know if that's from the factory or just abuse. I know the back of the blade here has been abused a little bit. It's kind of cool the way the back of the spine just kind of swoops up like Ahab's sword. That's kind of like, reminds me of a sword, a fighting sword tip. Looks like it's either gone skidding across the road or someone tried to go across a whetstone like that and get some burrs or something off of it. This is a knife that I have never sharpened, but it's nothing rolled on it. And it's, I mean, you cut somebody with it, but it's dull. And it's going to leave a jagged cut, that's for sure. So I don't know if this knife is worth anything. But I mean, it's not a cheap knife. I gotta say, I don't have a scabbard with it. I wish I did. But this is not a cheap knife. And I say that because that's real wood. And what went into making this handle, and everything, it tells me that it can't be a dime store of my day type cheap knife. If you know anything about a Bushmaster 602, let me know, because I really kind of want to look at, because there's so much scarring on this blade, and I think it is a decent knife. I almost want to think it's plated, and like some of the plating is worn off here, but I think that's just from them trying to clean the blade or something. I want to try to polish this out maybe to show a before and after difference, and especially with this hilt here, and how it's got some pretty significant scarring and issues on the edge. I think I can buff this stuff and make this pretty good. With a little bit of work and some rouge. I think I can clean it up and make it look nice. But I don't want to destroy any actual value, if there is any of it, because of if you got a dime store knife, why are you going to put wood handles on it? You're going to put plastic handles on it. So I think it is to some degree a good knife, or a higher end knife, and the shape and design just screams skinning to me. So I think it is some kind of a skinning knife. I don't know anything about it. as with most knives. I mean, this stuff like this right here first strikes me as a cheap knife that I can refinish and get some practice refinishing. And a lot of these knives, that's why I bought them. So I'm really looking forward to trying to do something with some of these knives, but I don't want to destroy a good knife. And I know some of these knives that seem to be cheap are actually worth something. Now that I'm back into knives again, as much as I've used to be back when I was younger, I'm learning about some of these knives that I had when I was younger that I wish I would have held on to, because I believe there's a lot of them that I had that were cheap to me back then, or not high end, but expensive. They're worth a good bit of money now, but I don't have a lot of those knives because I'd lose them or misplace them or just give them away or do whatever over time. But this knife right here, again, a blade speaks to me. I'm gonna pick it up. I grab a hold of it and it just feels right. I'm gonna buy it. So there's a lot of scarring to the wood back here. I don't think it's super bad. Without actually reducing the handle, that's not going to be taken out. That's going to remain a dent and everything in there. And I wouldn't take this handle apart. I wouldn't take this off. But I am kind of thinking about buffing it, getting a good buff on the outside of it. And if there's a kind of a surface finish to this wood, it's going to change. But I feel okay with that if it's not worth anything. If it's worth something, then I'll just lightly buff it, clean it up, get everything looking good, do some dressing on the blade, maybe get rid of some burrs or something. It just depends on the value, if there is any value. There may not be none. I'm not looking to try to find out what knives are worth so I can sell them and make some money off of them. I'm strictly just trying to know more about the knives. And that's another reason why I keep saying in all my videos now that, I want to see your knives as well. And so if you could go to the Chainbreaker page, and I can't change this, you have to be subscribed for 24 hours or 1 day, after which time you can post videos or pictures rather of whatever you want. And I would like to see pictures of your knives. I would like to see pictures of your EDC gear, what you carry around, because to me it is. When the Buster FG, let's just use that. When Civivi's Buster FG come out, I looked at it and drooled over the pictures on Blade HQ and Civivi website and just wherever. I drooled over the pictures of the knives. Well, I don't know if Blade HQ, but anyway, of the knife, because man, I want that knife. I want to review that knife, and I like it. I have it, and I have done a review on it. But at the same time, I'm gonna tell you, this knife I like looking at more than something like that, because a knife with use on it, every scratch on this knife, every ding on this knife, every divot, every imperfection on this knife tells a story. Something put it there. Somebody was doing something with it that put it there. So I like seeing older knives, and maybe that's the reason behind it. When I'm looking at an older knife like this, even if it's a cheap knife, I don't see the imperfections, the irregularities, the bends, the gouges, in the blade, the dings, the whatevers. I don't see that. What I see is something that tells a story, something that went through somewhere, some issue at some time. This could be the old knife that somebody cleaned game with Grandpa for years, and it got away from them, and they to this day miss it. It's like a Marlin 336 3030. My dad gave one away when I was very young for me to have a motorcycle. To this day, I seriously want to get one, simply because in my mind, kind of restoring his gun back to him. I'll never find the gun that was his. That's it. It's gone. It's over. I'll never have that. But I'd probably give one of my legs and half an arm, my left arm, for it if I could find it, or I'd give a lot if I had to try to get a good used. And I don't want a new one, but a used one that tells a story just like Dad's did. So stuff like that means something to me. I like stuff that's got patina, character. It's got history. It's got life in it. Something that's on the web that you're looking at and you see brand spanking new. It doesn't. It's just a thing. It looks cool. It's whatever. But something like this has history. This has life in it. This has life in it because it's been used, and that's why I like knives that are used, and that's why I want to see your stuff. So I would ask that you, if you're still awake, because I've probably talked you slapped to sleep by now. If you're still awake, I would appreciate you coming by and showing me your knives because I want to see them. I really do. And to be honest with you, ladies, I want to see what you carry. I've actually got quite a few female viewers of the channel, and I want to see what you got, what you're carrying. No, anyway, I want to see what you're carrying because I think we just to share, yeah, just so we see it. We'll see what people's packing around and what they like. And if I just see knives that people are packing around, that doesn't mean a whole lot to me when they show it to me. But I've been packing this for 20 years. I've been packing this for 5 years. I've used this for 15 years. Well, that tells me that it's served you well for that time period. And so that's where I want to use that's a advertisement for me. So anyway, I'm gonna cut it off here. I appreciate you. I thank you. I look forward to spending time with you, and I will see you next time. Your time is very important to me, and I thank you for spending it here with me. Thanks, and God bless.